Hang on, let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna pause this.
This is my pendant light.
Give me 1 second, guys. Hi, everyone. Sorry, guys. I thought I was ready, but can you guys hear me okay? How is everyone doing? Hi, Miriam, Classic Essentials. That's definitely business. How's everyone doing? Let me know if you can hear okay. I'm using my laptop also just to make sure I can see everyone's comments. A lot of times I'm always struggling with my phone. Yay! Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Okay, hang on. I'm echoing. Okay. All right. Hi, Lux Essential. All right, guys. Happy to see everyone. And I don't know. Happy Friday, first of all. All right, I'm going to try and keep this live short because usually we start chatting and then the whole time goes. I'm trying to read your comments to make sure I'm not missing anyone. All right, I'm just going to jump in. I hope everyone is doing well. If there's any trouble with the audio, just let me know so that way I'm not just rambling. Hi, Tia. All right, guys. Let me say, first of all, let me pause this here. Thank you guys for your support as always. You guys left some nice messages when I wasn't feeling well. You guys left some really nice messages, so thank you for that. And of course on the videos, the comments and things like that, I'm always grateful. So thank you. Thank you, guys. So just in case anyone is new, like if I don't do lives very often, I was trying to do it once a month. But I don't know. I think I didn't have one last month. But in case you're new and watching the videos and maybe you're not really, hi Stephanie, you're not really familiar with, sorry guys, I'm looking away at my laptop. You're not really familiar, but a lot of some of the comments, questions I'm getting, I'm thinking they're just maybe new to the channel. But usually I'll leave the formula or the recipe, I'll leave it in the description box. I have everything there. I have where links to where I purchase stuff from, because sometimes I'll see comments in the video, where are the ingredients or something like that. I'm like, it's in the description box. So anyway, it's there. I'm trying to answer a few questions that I got that I haven't really responded to because it's repetitive. Someone asked, I've gotten a few questions, where do I get my labels? I get my labels from online labels, and then I design it either in Canva or I use their design app in online labels. I'm just going to catch up for a few minutes and then we'll just open up for questions, formulating questions, in case anyone has any. So I'm just going to answer a few questions that I already got before. And so online labels is where I get my labels from. I love the quality. Sometimes I'll get stuff from Amazon. It really depends on what product I'm making. So, but most 90% of the time, my labels are from online labels. And then I've been getting questions, soap making videos that I've posted. I don't think many people are interested in soap making, but the ones that do ask, when I post videos, soap making videos on YouTube, it's not really as a tutorial, like step by step, do this, do that. It's just showing you my process, how I make soaps for my business. Because if it's going to be a full-blown tutorial, it's probably going to be at least a 20, 25, 30-minute video. You're not going to learn how to make soap in 8 minutes in an 8-minute video. So I got I think I've gotten a few comments like, oh, what's the measurements? What's this? What's that? And I can't really give a measurement for two reasons. Everyone's soap mold is different. So I might make my batches, with different molds. So that's why the ingredients are listed in percent. So anyways, so that's why they're not meant to be full-blown tutorials. There's so many videos on YouTube about soap making. I don't think anyone is interested in another additional soap making. There are just so many, from amazing soap makers, to name a few: Brambleberry, royalty soaps, even Jerica Zimmerman. There are so many. Anyway, so that's the reason. I just put a general recipe in the description box that has percent. Then it's up to you to convert it to your mold or your soap mold size. I'll answer one more question and then I'll start answering you guys' questions. And then for, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. All right, if you send me a DM and I don't respond, this is maybe a reason. Like one question, somebody said, hi, I have a question. That was the end. I didn't respond to that because there's so many like that. Just get straight to the point, ask your question. If I can help, I'll help. If I can't, because I think one thing people don't realize is, and I think we have business owners here. Let me look. I don't know if anyone has businesses, but I'm thinking if you have a business and you're pretty much the only person doing everything, you make your products, you market your stuff, you package your orders, then do YouTube, there's no way to answer every single question. And if anyone has sent me a question and I didn't respond, especially on YouTube, I looked today, I think I have 313 videos that I've posted on YouTube in 2 years. And I get questions on every single one of those videos. Hey, what's this? And some of those questions, sometimes they're answered in the comments. So it's just not possible to, hazy to answer every question. So then adding DMs, Instagram DMs, then adding emails, my brain. So if you reach out to me on Instagram and I don't respond, there's just no way. I don't have an assistant. I wish I could hire my kids to do the work for me, but they're in school. There's just no way. So I think everyone should be considerate. And I think, and then what's also, I'm just going to not rant, but also what's annoying, sometimes I'll post shorts, YouTube shorts. A YouTube short is either a 15-second or 30-second or 1-minute clip, either highlighting what you want to show or describe, or it's not a tutorial. Sometimes I'll get messages, are you going to share the formula? I think it's extremely unfair, as I've shared so many formulas free. I don't post a video on YouTube saying, if you want to see the formula, check my Patreon and view it and pay. I post all these things because when I started out, it wasn't a whole lot. I think I started out watching Tara Lee and I think Yaya's DIY. But it's not like a whole lot of people. I mean, there are lots of creators now that are sharing stuff, but I think it's very annoying to see a short is posted for, it's just quick information, just, hey, this is a product or this is that. Don't go post, are you going to share the formula? Sometimes it's just annoying to say the least. Let me see, let me stop rambling. Okay. Hi, Miriam, Classic Essentials. Awesome. Let's see. You're a one-man business too. There you go. Exactly. Okay, so Miriam Essentials, you said someone got upset with me because she wanted a complete recipe for something and I gave her clues and percents. And she wanted a full recipe and she unsubscribed from my channel. Bye. Adios. Don't come back. Yeah, it's you know what's so frustrating for me? When I create formulas, like when I sit down and I'm thinking, okay, I want to share a formula that does this for the skin or does that, I'm thinking, okay, let me put a quality formula. I'm not just putting some crap just to post something, And as many formulas as someone posts, it's I think it's just the height of I send marketing emails through my business website. So if you subscribe to my website and you subscribe for marketing emails, if I have a promotion or a coupon, you'll get that, right? I started getting emails from people in the marketing email saying, "Hey, can you make a video for this product? Hey, can you make this, or do you have a product? Can you make a recipe for this and that?" I'm thinking, isn't that just the height of it? This is my business is completely separate from my YouTube channel. There are two different things. YouTube is my creative outlet where I share and I try and teach what I know, and somebody, I don't know, there was somebody, I don't remember her name, but she was so sweet yesterday. I posted a feminine wash video and I really didn't even want to post that video. I've been getting emails like, "Hey, can you share a feminine wash?" Because honestly, it's such an easy thing to do. Honestly, it's a cleansing product, but I was just like, okay, let me just share one. I mean, there's so many videos on YouTube and I posted one. I just did one quickly. I've been sick the last 2.5 weeks. I really didn't even, I was like, let me just post something. This is, it's not even a topic that, if I look at my analytics, that people are really interested in watching. And I posted it nonetheless. And somebody posted in the comments, "Oh, something about the video is too fast. Maybe next time post it in the description." I'm thinking that's just the height of ungratefulness. Not even like, "Thank you for sharing this video." You can even start with, "Thank you for sharing this video. Hey, I had a hard time following. Maybe you were too fast or something." But it's like, the thing is, there are so many creators on YouTube. So if you want to watch my video, fine. If you don't, just move on to the next person. That's what I do on YouTube. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. I agree, Deborah. People want things handed to them on a platter of gold. And Deborah, thank you. I think there was a video I did where you responded. I think you helped somebody. They had a bunch of questions, preservatives or something like that. I think you helped a lot with answering the questions because I was tired that day. I was like, so many questions. Yeah. Miriam, you're so right. Exactly. So Miriam said, so one goes through so much to research and make recipes, and someone just wants all your hard work for free. Exactly. And in split seconds. How is that even possible? Oh my gosh, you're reading my mind. You're reading my mind. And, one thing that, when I started making body butters, whipped body butters, do you know how many formulas? And I think people really don't want to learn. Sometimes, honestly, I hate to say it's really laziness, because I've probably had at least 20 different batches of body butters that I've made maybe over the last 2 years that I've tweaked. And I have my formula that I like, And someone will be like, "Oh, why didn't you share the recipe?" No, if the caption tells you small business, showing you how I make this body butter for my business, that's the title, tips and tricks. It's not a video to tell you, here is my formula for making body butters, It's just so annoying. And I think it's worse with, why I'm even talking about this is there's a girl I follow on TikTok. She has over 1 million followers. She's amazing. She does hair videos, and she has a hair care line. I actually want to buy some of her products. And she said something about how people were coming for her saying, "Why don't you share your formulas?" I mean, how dare you? She's a business owner selling shampoos, conditioners, and things. Why would she give you her formula? Like, would you go to maybe Share Moisture, go on their website and act like a fool and say, "Hey, what's your formula for my conditioner and shampoo?" It's only Black-owned businesses that deal with this crap. It really is. And I'm to the point where I'm just it's so annoying, because I'm getting those messages like, "Oh, a formula. Why don't you do your own research? Why don't you do your own research? Why don't you, do you know how many classes I've paid for or books and things I've ordered and I study to learn for myself? And I'm still not even there. I feel like I've barely scratched the surface for formulating for myself, you know? But they always want everything free. They never want to pay for anything. Just free, 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 free. Well, good luck with that. But yeah, she was so upset on TikTok, and I was just like, yeah, people, how you can't ask a business owner for their formula. She sells the shampoo, she sells the condition, really good product. I can't think of her name, but I think her name has something Rose on TikTok. I think she's on TikTok, Instagram, and she has a big following on TikTok, over 1 million, and Instagram is cool, yeah. But yeah, people don't want to do the hard work. Stephanie says, sorry, my phone is acting up. You have a formulating class I would love to attend. I don't do the live classes anymore, guys. That ship has sailed. I did the live classes for 1.5 years. I think I started doing the classes last summer, I think in July. And I just stopped doing my last live classes were in September. So everything is online now. Everything is a pre-recording, which, it has a mixture of the audio, like a video, and it has the notes. It's actually very detailed, actually. So it's up to, it's there in my description box if you want to get the pre-recording. I have a pre-recording for preservatives because, for me personally, I don't know how people learn. If I have a problem with a topic or something I'm struggling with, like I'm going to take a class, I'm going to find the resource for it. Like now I want to do something with like video and production and like photography. I want to take some classes on like Skillshare and learn how to improve, right? That's what you do. Yes, Brittany Rose, thank you, Chen. Yes, she's on TikTok. Isn't she awesome? Her products are so good. I want to get her tea tree. I put it in my cart, tea tree and peppermint shampoo. I'm just desperate to try that. Tea tree and peppermint shampoo. But she's such a sweet person. How do you come on someone's page that's so sweet and talk all that crap? Yes, she is amazing, Miriam. Yeah. I think she was going to go to medical school. She dropped out of medical school. She's very smart. She's very intelligent. Yeah, I stumbled across her on TikTok and I became hooked. I started watching her. Her products are I want to buy. Her products look so good. Her shampoo especially. I put some things in my cart like the tea tree and peppermint shampoo. If you have like scalp, that looks so, so good. And she was even kind. On a TikTok video, she posted the ingredients. And she even showed how she kind of made it. For me, looking at that screenshot, I can actually create that shampoo for myself or something similar because she posted the ingredients. I'm not going to come in her comments and say percentages, please. Who the heck? Why would I do that? But yeah, thank you. Yeah, Brittany Rose. I knew it was a Rose. I couldn't think of her name. Yeah, she's really good. Yeah, Stephanie. What I would say is, I always tell people take your time to learn. You learn every day. And I would say take advantage of the free, the cheaper resources, free resources. There are so many formulating blogs. I think the key is choose the right one. The one I know off head, like that I know is really good is, let me put it, is Humble Bee and Me. She has a huge encyclopedia or library of free formulating resources. Her Patreon is, her Patreon is also good, but she has so many free stuff. Even Formula Botanica has even free resources. Institute of Personal Care, they have a ton of videos on YouTube. All that is free. They explain so many things. The basic things you need to know to formulate skincare, hair care, they have videos. So if you go on YouTube and type Institute of Personal Care, they have a lot of YouTube videos. Yeah, Marie is very amazing. So I would say take advantage of those because, like I always tell people, not everyone has that amount of money to just pay and pay for those classes. So start on the cheaper end. That's how I started off. I was reading up everything I could find until I couldn't find any more. Then I started paying for those classes and books and things like that. Join a blog. I always talk about this blog, but I feel like a broken record. Swiftcraft Monkey blog. Swiftcraft Monkey blog. She has a huge section for beginners, mid-level, advanced. And then she has a ton of books, ebooks that she sells. A lot of those ebooks, I think the most expensive I've seen is probably 30, 35, which is like peanuts, for the amount of information she provides. So I always tell people, start off with those resources. I mean, I don't expect everyone to pay for my class. I'm not pushing, buy my class, buy my class. But for me, what I did with the beginner class, I can only speak for myself. All the things I struggled with, all the stuff I was looking for when I started formulating, everything is in that beginner class. It's almost like a fast track way to watch that. It has the notes, it has the files. You study and learn at your own pace. That's why I turned it into an online class, because it was getting tedious to teach those classes. Most times it's 2.5 hours, but it ends up being 3. So after that, and then doing it weekend after weekend, I was like a broken record. Oh, Stephanie, you are so welcome. But anyways, let me quit my rambling. If you have questions, just post them in the comments, and I'll answer them as we go along. But yeah, I'm happy to hear that it's not just me. Thank you, Miriam, for sharing your experience. Okay, you said you're using her videos to formulate something for my teenage daughter too. Yeah. There's so, I think what people don't realize is, formulating really is really like it's a science. It's almost like if you're trying to bake a cake, for example, okay, you use this amount of this ingredient. That's really the way I see formulating. It's not necessarily, but you have to know, do you know the history of what you're, like the skin you're formulating for, why you're formulating. You have to know the backstory, like what you're making. I think once you know that, then it's easy to choose your ingredients. Like I may decide, okay, I want something to exfoliate my skin, maybe a face wash. I'm like, okay, what are the active ingredients? What active ingredients am I going to use? Then that's my research, right? I'm going to go to blogs like dermatology blogs, research the ingredients that they recommend. And even if they recommend ingredients, I'm still going to go do my own personal research on those ingredients. I'm not just going to use an ingredient because the dermatologist said use it. There are many things they say to use that they're not necessarily the best thing for you. If you're looking for more of a natural route. So it's a lot of it in formulating is research. And I think that's why people are so lazy. They just want you to tell them this. And you're never going to be good at creating stuff if you just want everything handed to you. Tell me, give me. Take an hour and just sit down and read, study. I think that's just I could care less, and that's the beauty of the internet. If someone can send you a message, you can ignore it, right? They can see you've read it if they follow you on Instagram or TikTok, but you don't have to respond, But I think with Black businesses, there's a lot of disrespect, for sure, because I think about the big brands, and they do it to smaller businesses. You would never, if I order something I order stuff from different businesses all the time. But even regular brands, let's say I ordered a bunch of things one time from H&M, and it was the free shipping. I think they said the free standard shipping is 5 to 7 business days, right? Something like that. If I don't get that in 5 to 7 days, do you think I'm going to call them acting the fool? Like, hey, where's my package? Where did you keep my package at? What's wrong? But I tell you, if someone orders from you, and you have it clearly, it's 3 to 7 business days, they're going to ask you in an email, oh, when is my package shipping out? Like, why do we, it's just, it's all that stuff that just really annoys me, honestly. See, Miriam Classic, I like you so much already. Yeah, exactly. That's how I was when I started making soap. And the funny thing is, yeah, Miriam said it does teach a lot. Made my first bar soap after 1 whole year of reading and research. That's exactly what I did. I studied for about a year with cold process, melt and pour. I think hot process. I was like, I think I want to do cold process. So I paid for like 2 classes on, I think, Udemy. And I watched all the YouTube videos I could find, from Brambleberry, Soap Queen, Royalty Soap. I watched it. I watched so much, and I had a notebook with all my notes, and then Ellie's soap making. So there's so many, even just on YouTube, there's so many free resources. If you Ellie's soap making, she has tons of content. So anyone sending me a message on Instagram saying, "Hey, I want to make cold processed soap," you're not, to me, you're not serious. I hate to say it, because the internet has so much stuff. And then books. Even before I knew there was all these videos on YouTube, I was like, oh, let me research making my own soap. And I went on Amazon. There were a ton of books. But the good thing is, yeah, Ellie's everyday. Ellie is so good. Ellie, I think I took 2 classes on Udemy, right? For cold process and melt and pour. And I was still confused. I was still confused after those classes. So I stumbled on Ellie, and I said, oh my gosh, she made the whole process so easy. Then Royalty Soap made the process even much more easier. And then Brambleberry. Then I started gaining the confidence. I said, okay, let me buy my lye. Let me start buying all those things. Exactly. The lye calculator from her. Exactly. Exactly. So very easy. But yeah, people will say a video, oh, I want to learn how to make soap. That's the end of the question, or the statement. It's like, bye. You're not serious. Yeah, so many free resources. That's, I think what motivates me, because I think about creators like that, and I want to be that open resource as well. Like when people message me and things like that. But Ellie doesn't have a business right now. Ellie, I think, stopped selling soap years ago. So she's really a full-time creator. So if I'm a full-time creator, I have all day to answer all your questions, technically. But I have a business that I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to get sales. It's the holidays. You're trying to get that market share of, you can't go 3-4 days and not post on Instagram or TikTok. You have to post something so that people see your product. Everybody's competing for that market share. So I think it's unfair to expect somebody to be, I guess the questions I'm getting on YouTube now is, some questions I understand, like, but there's so many things, I always say things like, what is it? I have my notes here. I had someone ask me questions about like lotion and stuff like that, making lotions and things. And I know on my channel, off the top of my head, I know I have at least 5 lotion videos. And I know I have like 2 where I kind of gave this, detailed tips and tricks. So it's just a lot sometimes. Guys, sorry. Sorry, guys. Where you, and I'm not just, I think people forget, you're not just sitting at a computer all day long, just waiting for questions. If I had an assistant, maybe I could say, hey, from 8 to 3, answer questions. But I mean, I think it's just so funny. Every time I told a family member, I shared like 2 screenshots of some of the questions I got. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, some questions I crack up. I'm just like, no, this is too much. Let me see. Thank you, Christy. Christy said making a product takes a lot of time and, yeah, research and everything. Oh, yeah, most definitely. Thank you, Miriam. You said I admire your energy and strength for posting. I tried, but it's been a little hard. It was very, very hard. It's been very hard. And I think this is like this first week of just even trying to film. I think that first day, I think I filmed 2 videos and I felt like I was half dead. I was just exhausted because I literally had the worst like cold flu for I couldn't even, I think one of my sensitive skin, the soap video I posted, there was no voice over because I literally didn't have a voice. So I just did the text, I couldn't even talk. So it is a lot of, yeah. But I think I watched a free YouTube strategy thing yesterday. I don't know if you know Raven Elise. She's a big YouTuber. Raven Elise. She's like a lifestyle. I don't know I think lifestyle vlog or something. Her mom manages her, and her mom had like had a free like class, just sharing how to get organized with YouTube and things like that. So I watched it for like an hour and a half. It was really helpful. She has it on her, let me post her name. I think her YouTube channel is Tana. So if you go on there, this is for Miriam. If you go on there, just go to the live section and you'll see it. I think she posted, it was very recent. It gives a lot of YouTube strategy. Like I was like writing notes. I mean, she has a master class that's like, I think 800 books. I was like, I'm not ready for that yet, but at least the free, the free stuff she offered was very, very insightful. So yeah. Deborah, okay, this isn't, that's fine. This isn't a formulating question, but please, how do you handle kids running a business? It's okay if you don't, oh no, I don't mind. How do you, well, my kids are not, they're like grown little adults. That's what I call them. So they're not like babies. I don't know, like babies. They're my babies though, but they don't think they're my babies. They're like adults. Well, I have a 10-year-old and I have a 14-year-old. So they're very independent. They're doing their own thing. So it's easier for me. It's just the stuff that I do with them is really school stuff, which at this age, I have a lot of school stuff. Yeah. But I think if you have little kids, I think it's really a balance. And even at that, even for me, it's still not easy. When they go to school, they're gone most of the day. Then that's when I try to get as much work done for those hours they're gone. And then when they come back, then you go through the cooking, doing all that stuff, then checking their work and things like that. Yeah, I think it's Deborah. I think it's just a balancing act, though. Yeah, I think and honestly, it's not even easy. But people that have little kids, toddlers, God bless you, because it's not easy at all. But I would say don't be too hard on yourself. Just organize as best as you can. I have this little thing, like the little I don't know. I have like my to-do list on my phone, and then I have something visual that I can see on the wall when I work. Just plan it. I do it day by day. So I have a list where I'm like, okay, Monday to-do list. I put everything there that I hope to do, which I know is not going to happen, but I put it there so I can at least see it. Then I scratch off, remove everything I've done for the day. Anything I can't finish, I move it over to Tuesday's to-do list. And that's all you can do. Hi, Naomi from the Netherlands. Yay! I have a how do you say Netherlands subscriber? I'm famous, guys. Yay! I'm becoming worldwide, right? The funny thing is, my analytics say the United States and India are my largest subscriber count. Yeah, you have to do the day by day. For business, I do my business slightly different. With the business, I have to kind of plan ahead a little bit more. So I know, okay, hey, I have a day where the same thing applies. I have a day where I formulate, a formulating day where I test products, test something, maybe a new formula I'm testing, either for business or for YouTube. I have a day where I just formulate. Okay, then I have a day where I really would just organize everything, make sure everything is on my ingredients are up to date, things like that. Inventory. Then I have a day where, I try to I try to just, it's not, to be honest, it's not easy though. I can't even lie. It's not the easiest thing. And then sometimes I'm not motivated to do anything. I think that's always the hard part for me. There's some days where I'm just not motivated, where I'm just like, I don't do anything today. I just want to just chill, but anyways, so yeah, just keep pushing. And you said you've been following for a while and you learned a lot. I hope I didn't miss anyone's questions. I'm trying to make sure that because I've just been rambling. I hope I didn't miss anyone's question, but I think we're just kind of catching up. But I'm laughing at some of your comments, guys. Yeah, Miriam, just try. That's because I think I always used to be the kind of person that I want everything done a certain way, and everything needs to be done by this time. But you know what I told myself? I told myself one thing I'm really working on is not comparing myself to other businesses. Because then when I compare myself to other businesses, then I will get down and I'll tell my husband, I'm like, oh, this business posted this business posted that. Maybe a day I didn't get any sales. Somebody's posting the video of all the sales. And I was like, you can't do that. I think that's really helped me because last year, just to give you an example, I was trying to keep up with the trends. Like, okay, this is the holiday period. Everybody's making Christmas themed this or fall, even summer. Everybody had like scent. I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that to myself. I really like narrowed down a lot of my things. I have staple products. I have staple scents. I am not going to deviate. I think I'm really just narrowing my niche. My niche now I'm really trying to stick with more of the sensitive, really natural based stuff. Really like 98, 99% natural, I'll say, because I do have one or two preservatives that are not natural. But overall, I will say 98, 99%. Most of the stuff I use are on the natural route, essential oils and things like that. And I think that gave me peace of mind because last year I was so stressed out. I was like, okay, I need to make a soap. That's a holiday soap for Christmas. I'm like, nah, I'm only going to make the soaps that sell. And I'm sticking with those soaps. I'm not going to try and have 5, 6 different soaps. I'm not going to be the soap maker that has crazy colors. That's just not me. I care about, I always say my soaps tell a story, and that's what I'm trying to stick to. Okay, I'm not trying to, so I think if you just stay in your lane and you can watch other people, see what they do, but don't let it stress you out. That's the best thing I can say. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah. Yeah, I bought inventory and I still feel like I'm not ready to start a business yet. Well, if you bought inventory, you're ready to start the business, Deborah. What are you, what are you saying? No, it's not. Once you paid for that inventory, you better start selling. You better start selling. You're never going to be ready. You're never ever going to feel ready. So just do it. That's the best. That's the only thing I can tell you. If I waited to start my business, I never would have started. And once you dive in, you learn along the way. Still learning every day. As I said, tons of mistakes I made in the beginning, buying the wrong things, buying the wrong ingredients, or buying I think I started out with like 10 or 11. I can't remember. I think 10. I think about 10 different body butters when I started. So I had different fragrances. I mean, I think there was only like 2 or 3 that did pretty okay. The rest, so I had all these fragrances that I couldn't use, and I didn't even like the scents for most of them. So yeah, I would say thanks, Deborah. Yeah, I would say just go at your own pace. I think that's really what's helping me now. This holiday season, I am so chill. Last year, oh my gosh, I was so stressed that I was like, okay, do I do the holiday theme tissue paper, or do I do the colors and do all that stuff? So I was all over the place, and I'm just like, no, you have to look at what people are buying. They say and if something is not selling, just remove it. That's what I've been doing. Like, I look now, if anything is not moving the way I want it to move or is slow, and I'm always constantly doing that. And I'm always looking to improve and make products that people want. So that's always going to be. Thanks, Deborah. You said your YouTube videos have helped you a lot. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, definitely start selling though, because it's so hard to. I think one thing I'm going to try and do, even for myself, I said I was going to try to get out there, especially in my local area where I live, just to try and start doing like more like shows and things like that. I think you kind of get comfortable just selling online because all you need to do is market and put your stuff out there. But in person, you get a feel of what people, what people like and things like that. So that's one goal I have, even going into the new year and even finishing out this year. Yeah, I think you just have to be honest. I think one thing, even for me, even for summer, everybody was like, "Oh, products are melting. Make the creams or the lotion." I ended up joining that whole hype, and I'm like, I didn't even sell as much with the lotions and creams. I was still selling my body butters normally. The body butters were still selling over the summer than the creams and stuff. So I was just like, Yeah, I'm not stressing myself keeping up. I would say keeping up with the business Joneses, But I would say definitely start. And I think I'll say one more thing about essential oils, fragrances. I think because on in one of my videos, I think it was the body butter one. Uh, with fragrances are very tricky. If you're someone that's having a hard time with like scenting your stuff and things like that, or maybe the scents. For me, I don't really like strong scents. That's my personal preference. I'm not a huge like, when you smell something, it feels like you're, I don't know, it's in your face. But for those that like, I guess, strong scents, you just have to buy from good suppliers. If you buy a bad fragrance, there's no amount of fragrance you can put in your body butter that's going to make it smell good. You just have to, yeah, you just have to invest. And I know for me, Brambleberry, even though they're a bit on the expensive side, they have some of the best fragrances. And I think Midwest Fragrance Company, I think that's what they're called, Midwest. If this is for anyone that's looking to use essential fragrance oils or looking for quality fragrance oils, Midwest Fragrance, I think that's what they're called, honestly. They're really good. I love their scents. And then Brambleberry is also, Brambleberry, they make very good quality. I've bought fragrance oils from many places, a lot. And not to say that other places, Wholesale Supplies Plus, the thing is some of those, their fragrances are hit and miss. That's the only thing with Wholesale Supplies Plus. I want to say 95% of the fragrances I bought from Wholesale Supplies Plus, I didn't like. Unfortunately, I had to trash them. And I think, do they have Nurture soap? Oh, and actually, New Directions Aromatics. I don't know where they are. If they're out of, I think they're in Canada. But New Directions Aromatics also has good fragrances, essential oils, things like that. But if you're using essential oils, there are calculators online that you can use just to make sure that you're not using too much. What else? And then I have my notes. So of course there are many other creators that have, obviously, one of my favorites, is Tara Lee. I love Tara Lee, and then I like Whole Elise. I hope I'm typing this thing well. Whole Elise, Humblebee, just in case anyone is looking for, and Yaya. Those are like the ones that I watch all the time. I wish Yaya had a Patreon, but she doesn't. Yeah, those are like the people I like. That's, yeah. This is everyone I watch, usually with formulating. Of course, then soaps and all that, those are different. So is anyone still struggling with preservatives? Because I still get these preservative questions, and I'm going to answer if anyone has any preservative question. But I think the last live I did, I posted all the resources there. I'll probably still post it on here again. I posted all the resources, the preservative resources. I posted it in that last live. I think that was like 2 months ago. I'll post it again whenever I get off. I'll post it on here again. For some reason, I think people just have a hard time. I think people have a hard time with preservatives for whatever reason. Any questions, anyone? I feel for some reason I'm starting feeling sleepy. Anyways, I'm just checking to make sure. Did everyone go to sleep? All right, so that's pretty much it. I think so. I can't remember who asked about but I do have a preservatives workshop. I did one workshop live, and I have, it's like a 2-hour preservative video, but it's pre-recorded. It's recorded. It's not like, it's not a live class. Hey, I don't know, Alish. No, let's see about good. Well, I think Whole Elise she's a UK YouTuber. I know she has like an English. Yeah, I think Whole Elise. I would say look to Whole Elise, because she has a formulating like a website. So she has the blog there. She has a blog. So when she posts, she doesn't post very often. I think she posts like once a month right now. But her videos are very, 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 very detailed. I would say whole Elise. Definitely find her on YouTube. I think she's from the United Kingdom. I'm not sure. But she sounded like she has an English accent, British accent. But I like her formulating, like her blog. It has like the app and stuff. I'm hoping to do something like that later, because you can, plug all the numbers there. Yeah. But yeah, the preservatives video, it's like 2 hours. Yeah, definitely check her out. She's really, really good. Yeah, check her out. She doesn't post as the way she used to. She posts like once a month if we're lucky. But her website, if you go to the description box, it has the link to her web page, and it's really, really good. Like her stuff is very impressive. Um, and I think one question I got, I don't know if anyone had a question, but with preservative, I think one question I got asked a lot, I think in one of the videos I had, and I can't answer everyone, but I think someone kept asking about lips, like the anhydrous, like the oil-based products, what preservatives are. Honestly, I don't really know a whole lot. I think there are probably like 6 or 7 that I know, like when I took my class. But they're not very, very popular ones that I know. The one that, if you're looking for like oil-based preservatives that will work in like your scrubs, or specifically scrubs, because really if you make a body oil, face oil, you really don't need a preservative. But if you're looking for like oil-based preservative, the only 3 that I would say, try to type it, and that I know right now. I mean, there are more, but these are the ones that I can think of at the top of my head. Where this, I don't understand your question. Where did you take your class? Did you mean where did I take my class? I don't know. I know they had like, I know like Institute, I didn't take their whole course, but they had like different formulating either books, or they may have like a promo. I know when I did mine, they had like, what did they have? They had something where you could access like their formulating thing or lab or something. And I think Formula Botanica also has that. And then I got Institute of Personal Care, their formulating books. And then my local area, they had some local formulating classes. Nothing major, like maybe preservatives, or like it wasn't like a whole course. It was like different local classes. So I did that plus the online from Institute. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Yeah, so I had local classes plus online with Institute. They have like their self-study formulating books. So Institute was the one I really liked, just the whole format. And then of course you also learn what's the word? Learn also on your own, like with reading and research too, from the blogs and groups. They have online classes though. They do have online. For Institute of Personal Care and Formula Botanica? Did you look? They should, because I think they're international. I don't think it's only US and Canada, because Institute is an Australian school, and everything I've paid for. I'm in the United States, and yeah, they have the self study. They have the self study option. They actually had a really good sale, like I think less than 2 weeks ago. I think they're like 10 or 15% off. Yeah, I would check Institute of Personal Care. I mean, nothing against Formula Botanical, but I like their format, their style. I would say check them, because I want to say that I don't know if they're internet like all over the world, but I don't know, because I think a lot of their books and things and their self-learn, you should be able to get that, because it's just a lot of it's online access. And even when I paid for mine, like even some of the books I bought from them, it just converts the Australian dollar or Australian currency to the US dollar. Yeah, so I hope that helps. Yeah, I don't know. One and only breed. Do you like it? because theirs is pretty good. I heard that there was somebody that I follow. I mean, I just said it. Institute of Personal Care Science or Formula Botanica. You can try those, or you can, if you don't want to pay for a whole dedicated course, you can just. They have a lot of. What I like Institute is they have different formulating books and sections, so you can just kind of pick depending on what stage you are. You can just pick what you want to learn. They have like a preservative um, course they have, so it depends, but I would say Institute of Personal Care Science, definitely I like a lot of what they have. I don't really know anyone that has done Formula Botanica personally, so I don't really know, but Institute is, yeah. Belinda, yeah, exactly. Belinda has, even on YouTube alone, just a lot of the information, and I got with a they had a book, this organic, this is something cosmetic formulation, or I can't remember the title, but something organic, something formulation or something like that. And it's so detailed, like it's ridiculous. And for the price, it was such a, yeah, exactly. You can do the full. That's what I'm saying. There's so many. Thank you, one and only Brie. There's so many. That's why I like that. They have it broken down into. And I don't know how Formula Botanica is, but I know when I looked at Formula Botanica, I was just like, it's okay. But then I saw Institute. You don't have to box yourself into one thing and say this is how you want to learn to formulate, because everyone is at different stages. They have a beginner formulating, I think it's like in a book form. So the one thing I tell people, just go over to their website, and you can even Google and just do a Google search, skincare formulating, and see what pops up in your area, or but those are the two biggest ones. But I think Institute definitely, I feel Institute has an edge over Formula Botanica, just the way they've broken down their stuff. And then also look at your local area too. You never know. You can do. We have like there's the Eventbrite that offers. You see who's formulating. But the thing is, sometimes those classes end up being more expensive. If you have to pay for multiple classes like that, it can add up. So I always tell people, start off with the free stuff. You're gonna get to the point where, okay, this free stuff it's not cutting it anymore. I need more stuff to grow. That's what I always say. Start with, and then depends on what you want to formulate too. But yeah, institute for sure. I would say Institute of Personal Care Science, and there's someone I used to. I think she's also good too. Actually, she's what is she called? Green Chemist. Is it Green Chemist Beauty? I can never remember her name. I always mix up her name. I think it's either Green Chemist Beauty or the other way around. Green Beauty Chemist. I think it's Green Chemist Beauty. I think she's out in Canada too. She's also very, very good. She has a formulating school. I think you just pay for access for the year. I want to say it's like $300 and something. I can't remember. The last time I checked, it was like either $299 or something like that. You can check that as well. I think it's Green Beauty. I always get her name mixed up. But she's very good too. Yeah, I would say definitely check out. Christie's, I don't know Chemist Corner. Are they like a blog? Maybe I've seen their stuff. Is Chemist Corner like a blog or something? Christy, I'm curious because I think I've seen their stuff. Either I've seen seen blogs with that name. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, but that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything. I'm not really sure. I'm probably gonna post some. I'm working on some videos. Hopefully, I can get them up soon. I have some ingredients I want to work with. So I'll have some more videos. It depends on how quickly I get them though. Really with salicylic acid, malic acid, and a few other things. I'm working on some formulas. What else? I'm trying to double check all my notes. Yeah. I know they're really good. Yes, because you get like a diploma. Yeah, because they have one that I think you have like, is it like a year to take it? I don't remember. I think they have like that's like your study alone option. Is this not study alone, but I guess you have like your, oh gosh. You do it at your own, I guess you kind of do it at your own pace, or you have like a timeline. Yeah, 2 to 3 years. Okay. Yeah, CMOS. I haven't made a lot. I've not made anything with CMOS. I'm hoping to make it, but I'm going to make like a CMOS soap. I'm curious to see how that will be. But I haven't really made any body care products with CMOS. I've seen like one or two. I think I have both. I have the CMOS itself. The what is it called? Like the raw. I don't know the way it comes in the raw. I don't know. Do you know how CMOS comes? And I have CMOS in powder form as well. Yeah, a lot of times, I think for me, a lot of times I'm always, because some of the videos I've seen a bunch of things where they use the CMOS liquid, like they soak everything, they blend it, or use the gel, or they use and honestly, when you're formulating a lot of products, you have to really watch a lot of the things you use because how are you going to ensure like stability? Because I just find it hard to believe that something like CMOS, if I make it in a gel form, like I'm putting in like a face cream, how am I sure that cream is going to last like 1 year? So I always wonder about stuff like that because it's it's almost like you're providing food for all this bacteria or to just like feed on. But for now, for me personally, what I'm starting off with is I'm going to make CMOS, but I'm only using it in the cold process soap for right now. I may test out something with like a wash, but I'm not a fan of using the gel, like when it's infused. And yeah, I don't really do a lot of, because I just feel with stability. And when I sent off some of my products of microbial testing, the lab, when I talked with the lady, she also has a class. I got the video. I think a lot of times people put all these things together, not thinking about long term. There's a reason why a lot of big brands, if you look at a lot of big brands and their ingredient list, you're going to see a lot of extracts. You're going to see a lot of extracts instead of the infused stuff, because a lot of those infused things, you just don't know, especially, even from suppliers. I had 2 creams that I sent to the lab. One cream I had hydrosols. I had a bunch of hydrosols in one, and the other cream had no hydrosols. And the one cream that had the hydrosols had like when they did the count, I can't remember what the number was, but it had like a bacterial count. And whenever you send something to the lab, you want everything to be negative. You don't want anything growing in your product. So I found it interesting, and the lady said, yeah, but it also had to do with the fact that it was a cream. Creams are very harder to preserve than like the cleansers, face washes, body washes. Cleansing products are much easier, but when you're talking about emulsions are, so that's why I get so grossed out. I'm sorry to say, like when I see some videos on YouTube and you're doing like the infusions, you're doing the gel, you're making a cream. A cream is already so difficult to preserve, and a lot of natural preservatives are simply not going to. You're going to need a stronger combination. So anyone that's still talking about, oh, I only use 100% natural preservative, okay. Yeah, but I'll leave everything linked. I'm going to head off in a minute. I'm going to leave everything linked in the description box. If nobody has any other questions, I'm going to run off. I'll leave God, what was I going to leave? Somebody asked me about the lab in a message. I didn't get a chance to respond. I will leave the same links that I left before. If anyone wants to send their products for microbial testing, I'll leave the lab. She's pretty quick. Well, depends on the volume. I would say definitely if you're selling products that are water-based, anything that has water you're selling to people, make sure you send it to the lab to test. Just for microbial testing. The preservative challenge testing is quite expensive, but at least if you're doing the microbial testing, then you at least know, hey, is this product, did you make this product in a clean enough sanitary environment so that way when they test it, it comes out, clear. There's nothing growing in there. So I'll leave all that information there. And once again, thanks for your support. The year is almost over. Well, I think November just started, but next month is going to be Christmas. And thanks always for your support. For those that support and that leave the messages and that help in the comments when I can't respond, and those that are, I'm always very grateful for you guys. I'm probably going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll on community I'm going to post possible videos I want to do, and I'll do a poll to see which one people want to see the most, because I don't want to make videos that people are not interested in. Dainty sand. What about infused oils from the dry ingredients usually should be okay, as long as you're infusing it. I think you want to make sure that whatever you're infusing, the problem with infusions is if you're infusing oils with dry ingredients, that's fine, but make sure that whenever you're straining the oil, you're not getting like a whole bunch of plant matter. I think that's the problem. If you're using infused oils in anhydrous products like body oil, face oil, you don't really have to worry about that. The preservative issue comes into play when you're making the water-based products. So I do infused oils, but you just have to be careful when you're straining the oils. You want to make sure the oil is as clean as possible, like you don't have a lot of plant matter and stuff in it. The way you have to look at it, I know people just want to hear, oh, preservative, I put this preservative and my product is preserved. You have to look at it like a lot of these things are like food when you make a product, right? A water-based product. Water makes things grow, right? Water is really a breeding ground. But then when you start adding all these things in it, you start adding all these ingredients, adding all these botanicals, then you're just opening a breeding ground for these things to thrive. And the only way to suppress it is through preservatives. You need a good preservative. How long do you think an infusion should last? I don't understand your question. Infusion of what? The oil? I don't understand your question. What I know is if you make an infused oil, the length of time, it depends on your oil that you're using. So if you infuse your herbs in olive oil that's expiring in 3 months, that's going to be the length of time your infusion will last. It's not going to last more than 3 months. So you're going to calculate the shelf life based on the expiration dates of your ingredients. Because I think I should forgot to address that. I get a lot of questions about shelf life. When I make videos on YouTube, I can't tell you the shelf life because it's going to vary for everyone. My ingredients are going to expire differently. Do you know what I mean? So if I made a lotion, right, and my ingredients, all the oils and things I used in that particular formula, maybe the oil I used has a 6-month shelf life or something like that. So that's why now I don't give shelf lives. I may give you like an estimate, but you have to calculate your own shelf life because your expiration dates are going to be different. And people don't get that. They just want, well, what's the shelf life? I can't tell you the shelf life. I can give you an idea. Like most oils will last, most body butters will last anywhere from 3 to 12 months. Why is it like that? Because it depends on the oil combination. Grapeseed oil, for example, has a short shelf life. It's not as long as, it says 12 months unopened. I haven't really had problems with grapeseed oil in my formula, like smelling funny. But if I use grapeseed oil, I'll probably put 6 months. So yeah. Chen, I hope that helps. Yeah. So just look at whatever you're infusing. And then you also have to look at the herbs. So that's when you buy your ingredients, make sure you're paying attention to the expiration dates. Like if I'm infusing hibiscus flowers in olive oil, and my hibiscus flowers are expiring maybe in a month, I'm not going to put that oil and say it's going to be 1 year. It might last 1 year, but I can't vouch for that. It is. It's not that it's complex. It's just that you You just have to know your dates. So any ingredient you buy, make sure you're taking note of the date, especially if you're transferring to containers. So find a spot and write the date. So shelf life, basically the ingredient with the shortest shelf life. So I have a video, I think I have a shelf life video. I think I did one. Whatever your ingredient that has the shortest shelf life, that's the one that is going to give you an idea of how long it will last. Yeah. Chen, you said you used to, I'm going to answer one more question. I'm going to run off. I used two preservatives in my hair products. Yeah, I mean, most times a blend of preservatives is always ideal. Yeah, I always tell people do some homework. Go look at, just on your leisure time, just go look at companies, brands. Very rarely will you just see one preservative in there. Most times you see a blend, but then it depends on what they're making. Dainty, I would say I have like 2 videos on YouTube where I talked about buying ingredients, and I put all the companies there. There are so many companies, honestly. It's not something I probably purchased from like 10 different companies, to be honest. But a few that I purchased from, I like New Directions, Aromatics, I like Wholesale Supplies Plus. It really depends on what you're buying, but there's so many. Wholesale Supplies Plus, New Directions, Aromatics. There are a lot of them, honestly. I would say just do a Google search and just put, if you do whatever, Formulator Sample Shop, Lotion Crafter. If you look even in my description box, a lot of time I put like names. Amazon, Etsy. Yeah, there are a lot of them. Yeah, there are a lot of them. Yeah. So it's hard to say good raw material, but some of the favorite places I like, depending on what you're buying. Every company I buy from, there are different things. There are some places I buy, like my plant butters and oils, I'll buy from a different company. I like Etsy. There are many. There's different suppliers on Etsy. So like my plant butters and then oils. Sometimes I'll buy from New Directions. So there's so many, honestly. There's so many companies. So I would say just look and see, because I know just at least 5 or 6. I'll just type a few here if you want to do some research for yourself. There are a lot of them. And this doesn't even scratch the surface. Wholesale. Yeah, these are the few that I use, but there are a lot of them, honestly. Chen, that's interesting. You said I used a herbal extract. So I use one preservative in the water phase and Optifem Plus in the final product. Did you make the herbal extract yourself? Oh, you're welcome, Dainty. Yeah, there are so many. That's why I'm like, they're like just a long list of suppliers. And it honestly depends on what you're buying. There's some suppliers I only buy maybe oils from, and there's some I only buy like shea butter, and then there's some I only buy extracts from. Some only preservatives. So it's like there's just so many to list. So I hope it helps. I've never shopped at Making Cosmetics. I actually was trying to buy, what was I trying to buy from them? Oh, I can't remember. And I just was like, okay, they didn't have something else that I wanted. And I ended up going with Lotion Crafter had everything. I think even Make Your Own Buzz. There's like so many. Make Your Own Buzz. And to be honest now, everything is so expensive. So you really have to see where, you have to kind of price check. For the first time, I think I bought oils from Sopa's Choice because they were the cheapest. I had been buying oils from New Directions, but they had almost doubled. The pricing had gone up, and then the shipping. So I ended up buying oils for the first time from Sopa's Choice. I haven't even opened the package. But their shipping wasn't bad for what I ordered, yeah. So you just always constantly check. Best preservative for lotion. To be with lotion, I won't say there's a best preservative because to be honest, I've tried different ones. I've tried like Luicidal Complete, and I had to modify my preservative. For lotion, I would probably say maybe Geogard ECT. Geogard ECT might be fine as a solo preservative on its own. Might. You have to test it. There's no way to, But Geogard ECT might be fine on its own. I know Euxil. Oh gosh, I can't type. Euxil PE 9010 is pretty good. It's a combination, I think, of phenoxyethanol and is it ethyl glycerin or something? I don't know about Geogard Ultra. Geogard ECT specifically. I'm not a fan of Geogard Ultra. I would, if that's all you have, then yeah. But I would say if you can get Geogard ECT is a bit more on the. It's. I would say with these things you don't know till you test your products, honestly. But I know Geogard ECT was one of the ones that I was told by. When I did my product testing, I know the lady, she said her favorite preservative was sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate because she rarely saw anything that had failed with those preservatives. But those preservatives are very pH sensitive as well. So most times, I have noticed that people that use those preservatives use it in combination with other things. So for example, you might have something like, let's just say Luicidal Complete, but you may end up adding something like sodium benzoate. Exactly. Thanks, Christy. Best preservative really depends. I think that's the best answer. I get that question a lot in my email or on the YouTube videos. What's the best preservative? Yeah, exactly. What are you making? What are your ingredients? Exactly. It's very hard. But for a lotion, I know for lotion, because emulsions are harder to preserve, you want something pretty strong. This is not the time for just some shaky preservative. And I know the Euxil PE 9010 is pretty good. Pretty good, and Geogard ECT. I don't know about the Ultra, but those two, I know for lotion, if you're trying to make a lotion, even like she said, even as Christy said, depends on what you're making. I sent off a lotion with Luicidal Complete, and oh God, what was the other blend? Where was it? I think it was Luicidal Complete. Oh gosh, I have to look at my notes, but I know it was two that I combined. Yeah, Geogard Ultra and Optifem Plus. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. If you have, I know if you have products that you're making that have a lot of botanical extracts, powders, especially herbal powders, those are very hard to preserve. You need Optifem is good. Optifem is pretty good. Then you need something strong to preserve it. Unfortunately, a lot of preservatives with parabens and stuff like that, those are the ones that work the best, but nobody wants to use parabens in their formulas. Yeah, but I didn't think about Geogard Ultra and Optifem. That's interesting. Yeah, you have to double preserve for sure. Yeah. If you're going to use all those things, herbal extracts, yeah, that's because I did a video on natural preservatives. Not that there's anything wrong with natural preservatives. Like I think Euxil K903 is good, but it also comes down to what your, I think the feminine wash video I just did, I used Euxil because the feminine wash is already in a low pH, so the preservative is going to, and then it didn't have a whole lot of. I think I had 2 extracts, but it's going to be easier to preserve something like that because it's not like an emulsion. I know the lady that did the testing, like I said, she said emulsions, creams are notoriously hard to preserve. So that's why you need a good combination. And I did see a combination on Lotion Crafter that I found interesting. They had a combination of Euxil PE 9010 and then sodium benzoate. And they said it passed preservative challenge testing. So, so when you say with those preservatives, your products last 12 months. Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of products like that. For me personally, I don't think a lot of things. If I have a lot of extracts in them, I think for me personally, 6 to 9 months. I don't sell past that. What do you mean your skin flush? Christy, you said potassium sorbate makes your skin flush. Does it irritate your skin? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, okay, Chen, I see what you're saying because you use a lot of herbs. Yeah, with that combination, that would definitely last. That would definitely last. I haven't used potassium sorbate, but I know sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate kind of go hand in hand. I think if you're making products with like lower pH products, then you should be fine. But of course, with sodium benzoate, you can't really use it. I think with like vitamin C, I think you can combine them. Can use it in vitamin C products, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah. It's all testing. I get a lot of questions about preservatives, and I'm just like, oh gosh. Yeah, but Chen, that sounds pretty cool. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Christy never answered. You said your skin flushes, or was it just like I can't see the comments? I don't know what that means. Anyways, guys, I'm tired. I wanted to come on live. I was like, oh gosh, the last time I wanted to come on live, I was going to post in the community that I was coming on live, but then I felt sick. I was just like, nah, thank God I didn't post it in community. Yeah, but anyways, guys, thanks always for the support. Like I said, if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to post. I always post the resources um, in the description box of this chat. And sometimes I post in community, but I feel a lot of times people don't even look at community. I do try to post all that there. Oh, red skin. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay. I wonder if you. I know they said there can be like irritation, even with the sodium benzoate. That they said as a yeah. Yeah, that's really cool, Shan. That's good to know. Do you use that combination in like your? Do you make conditioners and things like that? That's cool. Yeah, I was always every preservative thing I've taken, or even the books, they've always advocated for Geogard ECT, never Ultra. So that's interesting. I know Optifen is pretty good. I don't think I've ever preserved anything with Optifen. I have things I made in January that I just test. Like even when I do formulas and even things when I'm batch testing or when I'm making formulas, just even things I sell, like I test it and I have some that I just keep to see and it looks exactly the same like I just made it. But one thing I'll say, especially after doing the testing, because I think the mistake a lot of people make, you're just looking at the product saying, oh, it's so it's stable. The stability testing is stable for you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that with that combination, I'll be it's hard to say because the preservative testing is expensive. Most people really don't do it, and here in America, it's not a requirement. It's not mandatory to do that. But the FDA doesn't require that. So a lot of people just look at the product. Oh, it doesn't have mold. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have that. But that combination sounds pretty good. I didn't think about the Geogard Ultra because every other class I've taken over on the Buddha was like Geogard ECT is the. But Geogard Ultra, that it's in powder. It's in the powder form, isn't it? Yeah, I like Optifen actually. I actually don't mind Optifen. Actually like Optifen is. I think some people complain that it thins out like their lotions or their emulsions sometimes. Oh yeah. Oh cool. Yeah. Oh, the Geogard Ultra is in powder. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to definitely. I think why I like the. I think with preservatives, the thing is, like Christy said, you're not going to know. I was looking at my screen. You're not going to know till you do the testing and see how it holds up, you know. because I had what did I? Oh gosh, what was it that I changed? Yes, it was. I was using Euxil K903 in my cream. I was only using that as a testing, like what I was testing. And I think after like 30 days, I noticed it had like a slightly yellowish discoloration on top. And I had never had that in a cream, in any preservative I did. So I was like, what the heck is this? I think I went on and I tried it like 3 times. You know how frustrating? I tried it like 3 times. It was the same thing. I think I found out that it was, oh gosh, what was it now with the Euxil that oxidizes if you combine it with something. Oh my gosh. I think it said if you combine it with like thickeners. I want to say maybe it was a xanthan gum. I don't want to, because I don't have my formula, but I know that whenever I switched over to another combination, I didn't have that, and it's the same formula. So it depends. Some preservatives can be funny. Yeah, geogadicity is pretty good. But one thing I've noticed, a lot of natural preservatives are way more expensive. You know, you can buy a whole 16 ounce sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate for like maybe under $20. But Louicidal Complete, geogadicity is more expensive than Louicidal Complete. Yeah. Yeah, they're very expensive. Yeah. They're very expensive, and you know, I like the fact that GeoGuard at least is a strong preservative, so it most likely will preserve your stuff pretty well. Luicidal, you have to kind of play around with the Luicidal preservative family. It's also pH. You want to drop the pH a little bit. I keep all the stuff with Luicidal I make now under 5. That's what I did, and they're expensive preservatives though. Yeah. Yeah, natural preservatives are much more expensive. Optifan, all those ones are all cheap. They're all much cheaper. Yeah. But I think the focus is on preserving the product properly as opposed to, oh, it's 100% natural. You have 100% natural preservative and then your product is growing. It's growing all kinds of stuff in there. So it's not always ideal. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to head out. It's nice catching up with you guys always. And I'm going to do a poll, like I said. If I think of something I forgot, I think I covered everything. I just double checked. I covered everything I wanted to talk about, and I'll post on community. I'll probably post it under here just to make it easy for me. The formulating resources, and I'll see if I can post some suppliers on there too. Just depends on if I have the the energy to do all that, but I'll try. I'll post the resources we talked about. Well, I think it's going to be a chat. I'll post the formulating resources, which is specifically the books, the formulating books. There's a formulating book I got from Institute of Personal Care, and I got 2 ebooks from. I don't know what an Instagram-based business is. What is an Instagram-based business? I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, Christy, you're so right. Christy, go on. You need to go on Instagram and shout it from the rooftops. Have you seen the stuff people are putting even on YouTube? They put all these food ingredients, and they want to load up the product, and then they say, I want to use a natural preservative. Yeah, good luck. I don't know, Dainty Sun, I don't know what the Instagram-based business is. I know I can only speak for myself. I'm registered in my state, and I do pay taxes in my state. My business is registered, but I don't know. I really don't know what an Instagram-based business is, though. Yeah, but if you're doing a business, Christy, was Christy right? I thought it was just me. You know, I'm old school. Yeah, any business you're doing, I can only speak for the United States of America, and the individual state where you are. Every state varies in America. I don't know where you are, Dainty San, but I would say wherever you are, definitely do your research, because every requirement is different for every state, every country. Yeah. I don't know what your emoji is so funny, Christy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely do your research. I would say if you're doing any business, make sure you register with the appropriate agency. Because if you're selling, collecting taxes, you pay taxes as well. Have business insurance as a precaution, and yeah. I hope that answers your question, Dainties. As you can tell, guys, I'm falling asleep. I'm sleepy and I'm hungry too. But yeah, I hope it answers your question. I don't know if you left, but yeah, I don't know, but whatever business you're starting, see what the requirements are for your state and agency. Excuse me, guys. Christy, you're a mess. Oh God. Thank you, Naomi. You too. Everyone have a good weekend. Christy, you are a hot mess. You're like, oh gosh. Naomi, Naomi, take care. Everyone, take care, guys. I'll see you in the next live. I don't know when it's going to be. Take care, everyone. Bye.